welcome to the 15th FINA World Championships and welcome to the new event, high diving. Santos and Tielo Filo, the boys from Brazil, fight it out in the 50 fly. And now it's the quarter-final stage in the women's water polo. But first we're off to Port Vell for the start of the high diving.
Good afternoon, welcome again to these FINA 15th World Championships and more diving from here in Barcelona. But now for something completely different, something you will not have seen in these FINA World Championships before, because high diving makes its spectacular debut in our programme. The men today will be performing 2 dives, the competition spread over today, and then returning the men on Wednesday for the remaining 3 dives of their programme. The women compete tomorrow, somewhere up around 120 steps they have to clamber to get up to 27 metres. Steve Lobu, 28, from Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Again, he's another diver who just missed out on a place in the American Olympic team back in 2004. Inward double somersault with half a twist. His dive, piked position.
Wow, what a dive from Steve Lebu. That's how you do it. He's got fantastic technique, this guy. Super stylish in the air. He's very short, which allows him to spin really quickly in the air. And you're going to see some very dynamic dives later on Wednesday. Front 5 somersaults in the pike position. But for now, wow, look at the scores.
3 9s. That is by far and away the best set of marks we've had. And that certainly put down a marker at this first of 5 rounds spread over 2 days of competition. Artem Silchenko from Russia. He's been diving out in China. We have no Chinese team yet in this competition. It's a reverse 1 somersault tucked. Again, the tariffs, to remind you, all the same at 3.8.
Yeah, great dive there from Artem Silchenko, perhaps pushing a little bit too far away from the platform, but I love his style. Classic arch in the air. This guy is one of the real heavyweights in the cliff diving world. Very brave man and very tough.
Must be a limit on how often these guys can perform, because they're punishing the body every time they dive. You can't practice 20 of these a day. Those marks, though, 2 8.5s and 8. That will put him up there in 4th place so far, but we've got a couple of the real big guns to come.
Straight arms. Tuck position there, and then flying, like you're saying before, showing those nice graceful moves in position. And a good entry.
Well, Mexico competed consistently throughout the full diving competition up in Montjuic. They have that diving tradition. When you think of the cliff diving, Mexico is one of the countries that would instinctively come to mind. And Jonathan Paredes is only 23 years of age. He is one of the youngsters of the sport here. He won the qualifying competition they had for this FINA series back in Australia in February. Now he's got a front double somersault with 1.5 twists.
Very stylish diver, Jonathan Paredes. Excellent form, always has his legs together, his toes pointed. And fantastic entries. One of the proteges of Orlando Duque.
Diver showing great composure up there on that 27-metre board. Have to keep repeating that number.
Oh, look at that entry. Disappearing act there from Jonathan Paredes. Wow, what a stylish diver. Looked like he was a little bit too fast. He really had to stretch that last part of the dive out to make sure he wasn't over-rotating. Let's see what the scores are going to come up with.
Interestingly enough, the fans here, who I'm sure most of them would not claim to be an expert, already getting into it. 3 9s there. Spontaneous applause, even if you're not an expert or a judge. You can just tell when somebody has got it absolutely spot on.
Great technique in the twist there. Look at the legs together, coming out with nice straight arms, spotting the water. And you can see he's completely stretched out, holding, and then the arms down at the last minute.
And he's got an inward double somersault with a half twist. What makes this guy so special? Let's just see him compete. And then Joey can perhaps try to sum that up for us. Let's see his dive first.
Oh, Gary Hunt. That's what sets him apart. What a great entry. But incidentally, actually, normally, Gary Hunt tends to miss his easier dives. He actually likes the more complicated dives, and that's when you tend to see more of those splashless entries, those rip entries from him. The harder the dive, the better it is for him for some reason. But he's done a fantastic job on this. Look at this, 9.5s, and even a 10 there. But of course, that scratch, the highest and lowest scores, of course, deducted there. Fantastic start. Well done, Gary Hunt.
Well, he came into this first ever FINA Championships with the reputation as being the man to beat, and he has put down a massive marker there.
Wow, fantastic technique. Straight arms.
38 years of age, in fact, from Colombia, 9 World Championship titles. He's even got 2 Guinness World Records as well. Had a bad injury and has now come back to compete, and I think he'd rather like to get Gary Hunt's #1 position off him. And certainly, how about becoming a world champion officially at 38 years of age? What an achievement that would be. And he's got a flying front single somersault dive, tucked position.
Very experienced competitor, good at handling pressure.
Spectacle it is up there.
Oh, vintage Orlando Duque dive. He's well known for those rip entries. Fantastic diving.
You can really hear the difference in the last 2 dives. A completely different sound as they enter the water. An absolute cut.
Yes, it's like a cut. It's a very deep impact when you're actually close to it. It's very, very, very loud and solid. Wow, look at the scores there, 9.5s.
Same as Gary Hunt. So Hunt throws down the gauntlet, and Duque says, I can do that as well. So competition already hotting up, and to some extent it looks as though it's going with a little bit of form.
Classic style there, arms extending to the side, holding the fly to stall the rotation, tucking there, arms coming out. Watch the arms come up to slow a little bit down.
First ever FINA World Championship high diving competition. Here is the leaderboard after that first round, and Orlando Duque and Gary Hunt both with 106.4. Artem Silchenko from Russia is next man on the platform.
Now this is a very interesting dive, an inward flying somersault pike, which he also only learnt 2 days ago.
Again, acknowledging the crowd's support. Having a good look around, and those boats do look a bit close, but if you're used to diving over cliffs and rocks, I'm sure he can cope with that.
Absolutely.
Very still today, it's got to be said down here.
Oh my lord, Artem Silchenko. He is so stylish. I mean, to only do this dive 2 days ago and then to come in and dive like this, absolutely outstanding.
Well, it's a brave decision, isn't it, to pick a new dive this close to such a massive competition?
Look at this,
Wow.
10, 9.5, Artem Silchenko.
That is the first time we've seen the 10s come up.
Wow.
So he has created a bit of diving history. First man to get 10s in this high diving FINA World Championship.
And this is what we call a blind entry once again, so he can't see the water, using peripheral vision to adjust. Straight position, flying into the pike.
Silchenko with that fantastic dive so far with the 10s has really put the pressure on the others, even though the big tariffs are still to come later in the show. Part 2 on Wednesday, remember.
This is when the heart really starts to beat here. It's all really important to breathe nice and deeply and slowly. Keep the heart rate low, keeps you focused and controlled.
23 years of age from Mexico.
Oh, Jonathan Paredes. I mean, this guy's a very slight build, and that really does help him cut through the water. I mean, he has fantastic technique in the brani, and he's famous for those rip entries. And when this guy starts to add more somersaults and twists, he will be a force to be reckoned with.
Very quickly through those opening somersaults right at the top of his dive. You were saying it's those first few meters that matter. 3 straight 9s. The standard has really lifted in this second round of dives after they've got that set dive out of their way, and now they're beginning to really show these fans exactly what they can do.
Great job, only 2 points behind Artem Silchenko there, sitting in second place. Look at that nice tight pike.
Now Gary Hunt, the 3 times World Series winner, desperate to put a World Champions title onto that list of successes, and leading after his opening dive. This is a front triple somersault with half a twist.
Oh, Gary Hunt.
Again, a completely different sound when Hunt hits the water. It's just
crushing that entry. You just hear it's almost like tearing paper just when he's coming through the water there. But look, I mean, the takeoff, the pike position was fantastic, smooth and elegant. So look at the scores. There we go, 9
to 8.5s. We're not still up in the very highest we've seen, but there's going to be a real competition on here to decide this first world champion.
Big pike coming out early there.
Now it's gone very quiet indeed.
Orlando Duque, that is what he is famous for once again. Carting through the water, nailing the entry. That is what he's famous for. Wow, what a start to this competition.
38 years of age. Oh, look at the points. 3 9s.
Orlando Duque's taken the lead there, 217.10 points.
Well, the scoring is really top draw here. We've got 6 divers who are over 200 points.
Well, this is everything we could have hoped for. This is what he does so well, the all-important Barani, like we said.
Right, there is the leaderboard then after 2 rounds. That is the end of today's competition. Orlando Duque is in the lead, but it is tight there. Artem Silchenko, Jonathan Paredes, Gary Hunt, the favourite for this, Navratil and Lebu, all over 200 marks.
Hello, the top 8 women's water polo playing teams are ready for the quarterfinals at the FINA World Championships. Final quarter then, Russia with a big advantage here. Great finish there. Kolevieva on target. That's delightful play by the Russian team. Ganimova on target. Lovely, lovely goal. Final score, Russia 17, Canada 9. And we've already seen Russia book their place in the semi-finals. Now it's a tournament of Australia against Greece. The last quarter underway. Australia leading Greece 6-4 now as they try and win a place in the semi-finals of the competition. 6 seconds left and Australia score a huge goal. The skip shot just too much for the goalkeeper and Australia get forward. Oh, look at that, a knee right into the chest. Sagame with a layoff. Sagame into the 2-metre area, another goal for Australia. That's a beautifully worked goal for Australia. At the other end, Australia threaten and score again. And they surely put the game to bed. Knox, the captain, leads by example. Out goes Holly Lincoln-Smith, and Greece have their consolation goal. Pacey getting the ball pass through Eno Webster, but Webster got a hand in the way, just not strong enough to repel it. The final score, Australia 9, Greece 5. The fourth quarter of this quarter-final between the Netherlands and Hungary about to start. Hungary leading 9-4. Van Belkin calling for it again. Yeah, they've got their goal. They had the 6-on-5, the extra player in the pool. Still the Dutch try and attack. And there's nothing Bologna could do there. 3 goals up now, and the Dutch are cutting away the Hungarian lead. The Dutch have the extra player. What a chance now to cut the lead again to 2 goals. They've done it. Oh, we're in for an exciting finish here. Such, they need a big goal here, Hungary. 1:51. They have to take the maximum 30 seconds on the shot clock and score. And they've done it. That's a huge goal. Manzinga could have scored the goal to take Hungary into the semi-finals, and they now lead 10-7. 17 seconds left. Dora Antal. The ball is dispatched into an unguarded net with Van der Meyden at the goal. With a final scoreline here at the Netherlands 7, Hungary 11. Third quarter in this quarter-final between Spain and the USA. Spain leading 5-4. Spain have the extra player. Forrest Tarago. Espar. There's the goal Spain wanted. Micah Garcia, Roulon. Another big save by Lara Esther, and a reverse backhand, a brilliant one by Seidemann to make it 6-5. Seidemann got there. Look at the power in her shoulders. She turned the ball round at the end of the third quarter. Spain 6, USA 5. 5:34 left in this fourth quarter. Spain leading by 6-5 in an exciting game here. They have an extra player in the pool. This could be a big moment of the match. They're winding up to shoot here. Pareja Espar, Pareja, big block there. Pareja again. Tarago, little flick there, and it's going to cross the line, and it's gone in. Lara Lopez, belief is just beginning to creep into the stands here that Spain just might do it, especially if they score here, and they have. That's the goal surely that will take them to the semis, scored by Lara Lopez. Espar, 6 here is Pareja, who's had an inspirational game. Tarago. And they squeeze the ball in. Tarago scores. Well, that's a fine goal. If only the USA could have done that earlier on in the game. Cammy Craig in the 2-metre position. Final score here, Spain 9, USA 6.
There's the start list for the first of our finals, the men's 100-metre breaststroke, and the world record holder in 3, Cameron Vanderburg. Christian Springer 4, Kevin Cortez, the 19-year-old American in lane 5.
Take your mark.
Way in the finals, it's Springer in lane 4 in the yellow cap. Alongside him it's Cortez of the United States, and on either side in lane 3 it's Cameron Vanderburg. He's up there in the green cap and he's got away very nicely, and Dugonich in lane number 6. So we watch them as they head up the pool for the first time. Kittlejima's down there in lane 8. They won't see too much of him. And it's Cameron Vanderburg who's leading the way. He's right on world record pace as they go through the 50. Vanderburg is going to lead them through. He's a quarter of a second under world record time.
He split 26.83. Powerful first 50 metres there, but the rest are catching.
Springer is out in pursuit. He's in the yellow cap. He's the main danger now for Vanderburg. Vanderburg is in front. Lima on his left shoulder, on his right shoulder. It's Springer of Australia. They would seem to have the race between them. Springer finishing hard. He's getting over the top of Vanderburg. It looks like Springer's going to win it. It'll be onto the touch. Springer! Springer wins the gold medal. Vanderburg takes silver. Lima takes the bronze in the first of the finals on day 2 of swimming here in Barcelona.
Oh, superb finish there from Christian Springer of Australia. He timed that to perfection. Absolutely phenomenal. So we can't believe it. Vandenberg, he just went out far too quick. Couldn't hold the pace.
It's a new PB for Christian Springer. They don't come here to swim times, they come here to win medals. Springer takes a gold medal for Australia in the 100 breaststroke. Vanderburg takes silver. Lima, the bronze for Brazil.
Great form off the blocks, into his streamline, into the dive. You know, he's paid his dues. He's waited. He's 27 years old now, and good job he did. He's now the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion in the
Look at
men's 100 breaststroke.
Still behind,
Christian
coming
Springer.
into the final stages of the race. Even in the last 5 metres, he didn't have it until the last couple of strokes.
The next of our finals is the women's 100 metres butterfly, and Sarah Schustrom is in lane number 4, the world record holder in 6, Dana Vollmer.
Take your mark.
Off they go, the final of the women's 100 metres butterfly. So it's Coots in 3, Vollmer in 6, the 2 in the middle lanes. It's Schustrom and Anderson Gray, and down there in lane number 8 starting well, you can see her at the bottom of the screen. It's Claire Donahue. But lane 5 would be the early leader, as you suggested, Anderson Gray taking it out hard. She's under the world record. As she goes in towards the 50, she's going to lead them through. Anderson Gray from Schustrom Bianchi.
She had a great first 50, but her turn, I think, might have let her down there. She really glided in, didn't spot that turn at all. That's not going to cost her the race.
She's still in front though in the white cap. It's Anderson Gray of Denmark. They're starting to come at her now. In lane 4, Sjostrom has taken over the running. Also Coots back there. She may have taken over second, but it's the two yellow caps. Sjostrom, she's going to win this comfortably. Sjostrom of Sweden will take the gold medal here. Sjostrom wins it. Magnificent performance. Got the silver medal going the way of Coots. Volmer came home to take the bronze in lane 6. But Sarah Sjostrom, she wins it again. It's her second world title, having won it 4 years ago. Schustrom's time 56.53, 56.97 Coots, 57.24 Volmer. First, second and third.
Lovely stroke though. Makes it look easy.
She missed out on the medals in London. She finished 4th in this event in 2011, but the winner in Rome 4 years ago. And now she wins again, and she's still a teenager. 2 world championships, 4 years apart, and she's yet to turn 20. Semi-final number 1 now of the men's 100 metres backstroke. And Matt Grievers is in 3, David Plummer, his teammate, 4, and Erie of Japan in 5.
Take your mark.
Semi-final 1 of the men's 100 metres backstroke underway here at the Palo St Geordie. Who is going to emerge first? Well, getting away nicely in lane 6 was Che. In the 2 yellow lanes, it's the American Plummer, the Japanese swimmer Erie. Grievers, the one to watch though, in lane number 3. As we have a look across the pool, the early leader would be Plummer, the American.
Yeah, Plummer's certainly edging his teammate Grievers in this first semi-final. Watch the distance underwater that they get. Came up way too early to Grievers, his teammate, almost used the full 15 metres.
Well, Plummer now in lane number 4. Erie, Grievers. Now, Plummer is starting to come through. It's the 2 Americans who are going to head them home, I'd suggest. Plummer and Grievers in that order. Then you go further across the pool, but the Americans finish 1-2 here. Erie in 3rd place. Grievers out touching Plummer in the end. So the champion, the Olympic champ, the short course champ, the silver medalist from Beijing, the 28-year-old Matt Grievers, showing his experience and touching first in the first semi-finals.
Yeah, it was fantastic swim from Matt Grievers. That's why he's the Olympic champion. I think he actually has a lot more to give when it comes to the final tomorrow evening. He can go out a lot quicker than that, and he did use almost 15 metres underwater, which is the full amount that you're allowed, but his teammate Plummer didn't.
Grievers in 52.97, Plummer 53.10, Erie 53.41 in semi-final number 1. Semi-final number 2, the men's 100 metres backstroke. So Stravius, he is in lane number 3, and he's away beautifully as well. He got a terrific start there. Delaney and June were in 4 and 5, and Higino is in lane number 6. But what a start by Stravius. He's out almost half a length already.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful backstroke. Look at how steady his head is. He's right on the world record marker.
As they go into the 50-metre turn, Stravius leads. 100th of a second outside world record pace. Lacourt, well, they were the gold medalists, and they're 1-2 at the moment. The gold medalists from Shanghai. The clock couldn't split them then. The clock may not be able to split them again. So the 2 French swimmers in lanes 3 and 7. It's Lacourt in 7, up there in 3. Nothing separating them. This is a thrilling finish. I reckon Lacourt's just got there. Oh, Stravius, close. Stravius from Lacourt, Higino. Oh, magnificent swimming between this pair. 53.23 for the winner and 53.42 for second. So in the context of 100 metres backstroke, 1900ths of a second was a comfortable win. It didn't look comfortable.
He looks satisfied with that. Job done. Great semi-final, through to the final tomorrow night.
Stravius taking it out from his teammate Lacourt. Higino was 3rd, Delaney 4th, and then followed Zhu, Leeson, Fay and Murray. So going into the final, Grievers will have 4, Plummer 5, Stravius will be on in 3, Erie in 6, Lacourt, Higino, Delaney and Keane all making it through. Move on now to our next event. The first semi-final of the women's 100 metres breaststroke. Jessica Hardy in lane 4, Larson, the teammate in 3, Ricky Peterson of Denmark in lane 5. 100 metres breaststroke semi-final number 1 for the women. Jessica Hardy, she's the American national record holder. She's in lane 4, Ricky Peterson alongside her in 5. In 3 and 6, it's Larson, Johansson, he's up on the screen, Nijhuis and Atkinson, Doyle and Jansen's down the bottom there as they head up towards the 50-metre turn. And Hardy, with that front-end speed that Alison spoke about, she is our leader as they go in towards the halfway point. It's going to be Hardy who is Peterson in front. Couldn't have been too much between a few of them. Peterson from Atkinson, and Hardy wasn't too far away as they come down the second 50.
Yeah, she split a lot slower in her semi-final tonight than she did in her heats, but she's holding on, keeping her stroke nice and long, not panicking, shortening up. Doing a good job.
So it's the black cap there of Hardy, Peterson in the white cap. They're bobbing up and down out of the water to a different tune. Peterson finishing hard, Hardy just in front, and Hardy is touched out by Peterson. Larson in third placing. As I said, they were bobbing up and down, and it ended up coming down to the stroke, and it was Ricky Peterson in 105.99. And she edged out Hardy in 106.10. Larson third. Then it was Johansson, Atkinson. It was Doyle and Jansen.
Jessica Hardy swam a 65.1 this morning, and tonight she's gone a full second slower. Great swimming there from Ricky Pedersen, 65.99 for first. Jessica Hardy